brought to you by our friends at 98.7 Frank FM, online at frankfmradio.com, and on the always free to download Frank FM radio app.
Frank FM plays the greatest music of all time and has the biggest playlist of songs on the radio in New Hampshire. Frank features all your favorite songs from Billy Joel, Elton John, Fleetwood Mac, and Huey Lewis and the News. Frank cranks Queen, Aerosmith, Hall & Oates, The Eagles, Pat Benatar, and the Rolling Stones too. 98.7 Frank FM prides itself on being the station that everyone can enjoy at home, in the car, and at work.
98.7 Frank FM is the soundtrack of the Seacoast and the soundtrack of Exeter football. And don't forget to go to frankfmradio.com for information about local events and sign up to win cool prizes. Welcome back to the CB Show. You're tuning into episode 12, not 13, because Caleb had 603 EVO, week 13 of the NFL season. We are your hosts, Caleb and Brayden, of course. Caleb, how was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was really good. Went over to my aunt's house, had a lot of good food, got stuffed, you know what I mean? And, yeah, watched some football. How was your Thanksgiving?
It's pretty well. I mean, Aunt got COVID, so we couldn't see them. We got to watch a little Christmas movie. Hopped on Fort a couple of times, regular grind. Well, did you watch football on Turkey Day football?
No. I watched all of it. I'm a
football fan.
I watched all of the Packers and Lions. I watched all of the Cowboys and Commanders. I watched all of the Niners
the
and
halftime
Seahawks.
show there.
Dude, the halftime show for the
Cowboys,
for the Lions games. It was Jack Harlow, and he was like,
I know. It was like a playground.
I know.
Yeah. So the rivalry this week for the NCAA for college football this weekend was Ohio versus Michigan. It was a big upset, as you could tell. Ohio's cornerbacks were saying don't want to be rude or like too greedy or everything, but this is going to be an easy win. Michigan came out on top. Hey, Emerson, Big L Emerson. Big E. L for the Emersons. Isn't that right, Caleb?
I wanted Ohio State to win.
Yeah, I wanted Michigan to win. L for you, too.
Georgia won. Georgia beat Georgia
sir.
Tech. Easy dubs.
Yes, sir. Easy.
Winning the national championship once again.
What do you expect there? So, next up we have fantasy football, 4-1-1. For injuries, I think Joe Burrow is out for the season with a wrist injury.
Mm-hmm.
We have Lamar Jackson who got shaken up.
Mark Andrews.
Yep.
Mac Andrews.
Mm-hmm. We also have, I think that's really it, but Denzel Ward is shaken up with a shoulder, but he's not on IR.
Taylor Rapp.
Yeah. Which players are struggling to put up fantasy points for you?
Mark Andrews. No. My tight end. Yeah, I have an empty spot on my tight end right now, so I'm going to have to figure that out. Mark Andrews.
Tight end in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think George Kittle struggled to put up fantasy points this week. And some players that are performing really well are Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs. They had a really good game against the Chiefs. Who else do you want to say?
Tyreek Hill. Jalen Waddle had a good game.
Yeah, they both did. CJ Stroud's putting up the regular.
Yeah.
Same with Tank Dell and Nico Collins.
Yeah.
So, we have the football joke of the day. All right, Caleb. 2 football players walk into a bar. One says, "Hey, you want a shot?" The other one says, "No, I'll pass."
Oh. All right. What's the difference between the Bills fan base and a baby?
They both cry.
The baby will stop whining after a while.
up, we got Week 13 NFL matchups. We got the Seattle versus Cowboys. Cowboys D was really well last game, and
Bland.
oh yeah, broke the record for.
He's not bland after that one. No, he's spicy.
The Seahawks didn't really do well.
What could you expect? They're going against the Niners.
I know, but they couldn't do anything either way. I feel like.
Well, Geno Smith wasn't at his highest or at his best.
Yeah, and then the Cowboys on the other side, their offense is looking really well. Dak Prescott in his prime Tom Brady until he gets to the playoffs and he's prime Danny Dimes. Oh wait, there is no prime. Bland is a backup and
to Trayvon.
Yep, he wouldn't even be playing right now if Trayvon didn't even get hurt. So, but I think I got to Cowboys in this one. Yeah.
I'm gonna take Cowboys. Cowboys are performing really well, and I don't think the Seahawks can match it. You saw how bad the Cowboys lost to the Niners.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
No, it was bad.
Yeah, I know.
No, you don't understand. It was bad.
Yeah, I know.
No, it was bad.
I'm gonna take Cowboys on this one.
Yeah, same.
Next matchup.
No.
Next matchup, we have the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Is this the Eagles' second win of the season, or the Eagles going to pull this? I think they're going to pull it out.
Do you see their second win of the season?
What loss?
You said win.
Oh. Well.
So I'm going to take... No, well... So I'm going to have...
NFC Championship matchup?
Yes.
Yeah, easily. I think I got to take the Eagles, though.
Eagles?
Devontae Smith is looking really good. AJ Brown looking really good. Jalen Hurts is rolling out of the pocket more. I think you might be able to contain that a little bit, but not too much. The Eagles' defense is looking really well. I mean, they're not playing the best again.
They didn't play looking very well.
Yeah, they didn't play the best against the Bills, though. I think the Bills the Bills looked better than San Fran that last week. I just don't think the San Fran can win it. I do think San Fran is going to be a close game, but I do think the Eagles are going to win it.
I'm going to take San Fran on this one. San Fran, I'm going to stick with them. They just got threats all over the place. They have the talent. They have the talent on defense.
These are the people we picked for a Super Bowl contender. Who's going to win it?
Or not Eagles.
I'm thinking Eagles.
Niners.
Eagles.
Niners all day.
Eagles. Yeah, I do think the Eagles can pull this off. DeAndre Swift had a couple of big runs against the Bills. But what do you think about the 49ers since you want to take them instead?
Niner gang. McCaffrey, beast. Averages 2 touchdowns a game. That's going to play a factor into this one. Don't know if he's going to have 2, but he's definitely going to have 1. Ayuk, they need to get him involved more, especially with Debo. Yeah. And with Debo and Ayuk fully healthy, that's a great duo. Plus Kittle, he's a big guy. Just gets in there, blocks, leads the way, penetrates the defensive end, and really makes sure that they can get to the outside. So I'm going to have to take Niners because they do have the talent on the cornerbacks to lock down A.J. Brown, especially because they got Travarius Ward, who locked up DK, which DK is just like a little bit worse version of AJ Brown.
Yeah.
So
I can see where you're going with 49ers, but I'm taking Eagles. All right, next matchup we have the Texans versus the Broncos. I think that's because the Broncos put up a really well-fought game against the Browns. They were on a 3-game winning streak. Buffalo, Kansas City, and the Browns.
Did they win?
Alexa, who's winning the Broncos game?
Right now, the Denver Broncos are leading the Cleveland Browns 24-12 with 12 left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. So, but the Texans, on the other hand, the kicker kind of sold for them. CJ Stroud had a great game.
You think the kicker sold for them?
Yeah.
The Patriots.
Well, but the Patriots are already in that hole. I mean, welcome.
Yeah, they're deep in that hole.
Yeah, I think a little too deep for us. They're terrible right now.
Yeah, they keep just digging and digging and digging. They're never gonna find their way out. Not this year, at least. They're really stuck.
Yeah, and I think the Texans, they kind of drained down that. Like they're 5-5.
They lost though.
Yeah, I know. So, but that might be 6 and 7 and 6.
I don't really know.
6 and 6, 5 and 6 and 5.
I don't really
6
know.
5. And the Texans versus the Broncos. This is going to be a really good game. But I do think the Texans can pull this out. I think the Broncos are on a hot streak. I think it's going to decline here a little bit.
Yeah, I think CJ is gonna put up a good fight, and I think it's gonna be hard and gritty. But CJ Stroud,
So good.
what rhymes with gritty? He roars like a kitty. Roar, you're a kitty.
Josh Giddy gets gritty.
Josh Giddy.
Gets gritty with a 15-year-old pity.
So next matchup we have the Jaguars, who beat the Texans, and the Bengals, who lost to the Steelers.
The Bengals
Alexa, did the Bengals win today?
Today, the Cincinnati Bengals lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers 16-10.
Thank you.
So I do think the Jags are going to win this one. I think just the Bengals overall, without Joe Burrow, they're not going to be a great team. I think they're a good team. They can contest with the Jaguars slightly. But
This makes you just think if Joe Burrow is going to get traded at all.
Yeah, that's true. But I do think
To the Pats. No, I'm kidding.
I don't think Bill Belichick's smart enough.
He's going to be gone.
Hopefully. I do think the Jaguars are going to win this one, but maybe by a lot, maybe by a little. It depends on the day.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to take Jaguars on this one. But overall, I think the Jaguars are a more solid team, and I think they're more dominant for sure. And
oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that Jaguars are going to pull away with this one. So Etienne hits the hole hard, and he doesn't really back down from any challenge. Even if it's running to the outside, running right up the gut. What? If it's running right up the gut, he doesn't back down, and I think that his strength and his ability to just run through guys don't give me credit if I'm right, but don't blame me if I'm wrong. That might be the key factor in this game. And Kirk needs to just feed the ball to his main guys, and they just need to be able to grab it and go for some yards after catch before some guys come to get him.
For real, it's easy, bro.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley made a couple great plays because
he did a couple of great drops.
He threw a couple guys off him, and he got a couple extra, and then some guys came in and tackled him.
He was lasting pretty long on the field, up on his feet.
Yeah,
running around, just trying to get to those open holes.
Yeah. Let's talk about Trevor Lawrence for a little bit, though. Trevor Lawrence, you got his long hair. He kind of looks like a hippie, but he doesn't play like one. He plays with a lot of heart. He definitely throws it really hard, and surprising for some of those guys out there to be able to reel it in, considering the velocity on that thing, because that thing's just coming right at you. It's on target. It doesn't get any better than that, but it's fast. It goes in. It hits the spot and then just delivers. Props to the wide receivers for being able to grab those and just reel it in, because those aren't easy to catch.
They're gonna have to go in for water breaks after those catches, bro. Those are some hard ones,
Next matchup, we have the Saints and the Lions. I'm gonna take the Lions on this one because
Lions lost to Green Bay.
Yeah, they did lose. They did lose to Green Bay, but I think they're gonna come back real hard against these Saint boys. And I don't know. I think the Saints are going to be shocked because they don't know what just hit them. What else? Amon-Ra is going to have a big game. He's going to be
Explosive.
Yeah, real explosive off the line. Good release.
But I do think you gotta give credit to Derek Carr for giving having that gut, just slowing the ball around and letting it get reeled in by the offensive player. You know, they're running real hard to get that ball, and
especially the running back Alvin Kamara.
He's a beast, bro.
He's
just goes
very
right
powerful. Just goes right through the offensive line, finds the hole and hits it hard. And
you might need a little water break after them, but comes in every other play.
Yeah,
just to give it a hard blow. Gives a pedal in the middle.
Gets hit hard once by linemen.
Still
water break. Then goes back in, pounds it.
Yeah, I think I got to take credit to the Lions.
Although Kamara's a beast, I'm gonna take the.
You have Aiden Hutchinson though, so you never know.
Yeah.
So
he gets a hard hit.
I'm taking the Lions, yeah.
I want to give a special shout out to one of our podcast sponsors, Fremont Pizzeria. Located in Fremont, New Hampshire, you can dine in, order takeout, or delivery. Having a party and don't want to cook? No worries. Call Fremont Pizzeria for all of your catering needs. Let them know the CB show sent you. Fremont Pizzeria. It's more than just a pizza place.
You know
what? You're ruining the vibe.
I already had it and
you're ruining the vibe.
You guys know what time it is. When I say football, you say trivia. Football.
Trivia.
Football.
Trivia.
Football.
Trivia.
Yay, let's do this.
All right, so it's not really a football trivia. It's like just kind of a game that we played. So it's basically making a fantasy team based off dishes, but we have to match players to eat. Like we have to think of a player that you think goes with each dish, and we're gonna compare them. So number one for me and my dad, we have the Thanksgiving turkey. This one is the star of the show. Both me and my dad put Patrick Mahomes. Brayden, what did you put?
I put Jalen Hurts. My dad put CJ Stroud.
Okay. Gravy. You can't have turkey without gravy, right? Well, actually, gravy goes good with everything. It just makes everything, turkey, mashed potatoes, and stuffing, so much better. So, me and my dad went with a coach. He did Kyle Shanahan from the Niners, and I went with Nick Sirianni from the Eagles.
My dad did A.J. Brown, and I went with the coach, too. I went with the Walrus.
Himself.
Yes, sir.
Stuffing. You always need stuffing on the plate to fill you up on Turkey Day. But much of what you feel in your post-meal food coma is that stuffing bringing you down. I did a defense for this one because
same here.
I thought defense, when it says bringing you down, I did 49ers defense. Stuff. But I don't know why, but my dad did Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, I put the Cowboys defense. My dad did Rhamondre Stevenson.
Dads are stupid. So next we have cranberry sauce. An incredibly polarizing side dish.
I did CMC.
I did Christian McCaffrey on this one.
And then my dad did Tank Dell.
My dad did Travis Kelce. Who knows what they're thinking of? Mashed potatoes. They're consistent. Always there for us. Quietly adding enormous value to the plate.
Yeah, I did.
Just plain doing their job. Yep. Number 5, I had A.J. Brown.
And your dad?
My dad had Austin Eckler.
I did A.J. Brown too. My dad did Etienne, Travis Etienne.
Sweet potato casserole. Cool and sweet. And a staple to many Thanksgiving dinners. 6, I took Justin Jefferson.
I took JJ.
My dad took Jamar Chase.
I did Justin Jefferson too. My dad did Michael Pittman.
Interesting pick, to say the least.
Yeah.
Pumpkin pie. It's served at the end of the meal when you are worn out from a long day of eating. You turn to pumpkin pie to get you across the finish line. I took a tight end on this one.
I took a kicker on this one.
I took George Kittle.
I took Justin Tucker, and my dad took Justin Tucker too. I think we both took this one because he gets you across the line. It finishes off the game for you in like an NFL game.
My dad took Justin Jefferson. Who knows what he was thinking? I took Kittle because he's a pretty energetic guy. Like, he's the person to lift you up in the spirit. And yeah. Okay. Number 8, we have the burnt biscuit. You were looking forward to the biscuit, and disappointingly take the burnt biscuit. I took Mac Jones.
I took Mac Jones. I think we all took Mac Jones.
My dad took the Pats defense.
The Pats defense is actually decent, though. With Judon, but other than that. Whatever, never. Okay.
I took Mac Jones. That's kind of the obvious pick.
Yeah.
Creamed corn. Yuck. It just shouldn't be a part of the Thanksgiving spread. The idea of it may seem good, but man, save some space on your plate for the good stuff. I took the Pats kicker.
I took the Pats wide receiver.
Yeah.
Wide receivers.
They're not actually bad. Mac Jones is awful.
Who'd your dad take?
My dad took the kicker too.
And then my dad took the Patriots.
Just in general.
Yep.
Mac and cheese, to end this one off. If you don't have mac and cheese on your Thanksgiving plate, you're an idiot. My dad took Tyreek Hill. I took Jamar Chase.
I took the Cowboys O-line. I thought this was like more like an NFL thing, but I guess it was fantasy football. But the Cowboys O-line, for the protection of the QB. And my dad took Tyreek Hill, J Hill.
Yeah.
Oh, Jason Hill. Taysom Hill.
That's who he meant.
Yep, Taysom Hill, Jason Hill. Yep.
All right, that's football trivia for you. Thank you for tuning into this week's episode. We are your hosts, Caleb and Brayden. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click that like button.
Also, don't forget to follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at The CBS Show. Blue Lisa Hype!